after the financial service, there is like we said, for example, all kind of proof of existence will can move up on the blockchain. We don't have any precedents yet, but we know the technology is here and it is possible. So this will be maybe the next step. After that, I think that it's when the general public will start to appropriating Bitcoin. They will start to trade, like I said, they will start to trade with each other. Some people say these people can do it now with some services like PayPal, but PayPal is not here in every country. Sometimes they block your account. It happened to me. It was something like 5,000 euro. So you have all, and this system are very isolated. No, you can easily, for example, interoperate PayPal with, for example, I don't know, Google Wallet. It's different system. It's isolated, and Bitcoin will unify all that. And the net result of that, like I said, is people becoming merchant and will start to trade with each other because there is no barrier preventing to do that. So that's where the biggest impact will have. I can't fit that in one market, because when everybody starts to trade with each other, it does not boom into one industry. It impacts all the society. The community start talking about the smart property aspect right now. I think it will be one of the big deal. I think for now the payment is the less important between the potential of smart property and coloredcoin. I think the payment aspect of the Bitcoin network will not be the most important. So, and I think on top of the payment system there will be coloredcoin, and pushed to the extreme, I think that smart property will maybe become more important than the financial aspects, than the use of coloredcoin in the financial market. I think the smart property can become even more important. Right now we are not focusing on that, but I don't think it's a community that's missing it. It's just that we are not at this point yet. I mean, we just nowadays we don't have great payment service. I mean, for example, Blockchain.info works well, but it has some bugs. It's not very mature yet. So we are not at this point yet. We don't have the infrastructure. So I think it will come after some times. I don't think it's a community that don't see it, but it's just we don't have enough skills nor infrastructure to do it right now. It will develop, but I think it's a very cool idea, but for the masses, the main public does not get why it's important to have multiple currency in their investment. They understand why it's important to have to invest in several companies in the stock market, but they don't really get why it's so important to have several currency. So I think this particular feature that we can code in Bitcoin will have some impact on the financial market, but for the general public, I think they don't understand the benefit of that. So, but if we consider that we do that for the financial market, so the two main points to be aware of is that you need to have frequent audits to be made by independent trusted party to the company that check if they have the stock of, for example, of USD dollar that they are emitting in the form of coloredcoin. So you have to have this. You have the same problem. You have to trust the third party, and but one thing that is cool is that since all USD is published on the blockchain, everybody can check how much USD has been issued by the market maker. So this is very important. We can easily audit the coloredcoin port, but we always need a real audit made by a financial firm for a real audit, trusted auditor for the company as well. We need both to be sure that it's not a scam. So this one is very interesting because it will take the work of notary. So, for example, I was very upset as an entrepreneur that for several documentation I just needed to go to a notary just to sign, yes, this document exists. And this guy just sign the paper and just told me, no, pay me, for example, 200 euro. And what have you done? It's your value is not your work is not very stressful to do that. So I think that publication of documents on the blockchain is very important, but I don't think there is any precedent in court of someone that has used the blockchain to prove something. But so I don't know how well it can be received in front of a jury, but I mean it's an irrefutable proof, so I think it will work, but we don't have any precedent on that. I think there is some company that is doing that, but I don't think it should be the priority for right now. I mean, there's lots of untapped opportunity into Bitcoin that is not yet exploited, and that can change a lot of things happening. And so if we start concentrating on a wallet that accepts all kind of coin, I don't think it's a right way. It's the best way to invest brain power for this kind of functionality, for this kind of feature for now. Maybe in the future, for example, you've heard that there is some controversy about blockchain size limits that is currently going on. And if, for example, the core team does not find a good compromise for that, what will happen is some fragmentation of the base of user on several competing altcoins. And maybe at this point it will be interesting to have one wallet for several altcoins, but I think we're not here yet and we have some time. So yeah, it's interesting because sometimes it's lots of people don't want to get involved into Bitcoin because they think that everybody is a crypto-anarchist on that. But I think it's two different things. I call myself a non-anarcho-capitalist, and in fact it's because of Bitcoin I became like that, because before I start being interested into Bitcoin I knew nothing about economy, I knew nothing about money, and it's when I start digging why Bitcoin works the way it works, why Satoshi designed that and I've not used another design, that you start to slip into the Austrian economics and into the anarcho-capitalist literature, and it was two words I didn't even know before. So it's true that when you read all this literature, you start to understand more about all the financial market works and where the abuses are done, because I didn't know there was abuses before. I didn't know why central banks was useful, and I didn't know that someone can be bought to print more money, or I don't know. It was something completely new. But I mean, you don't have to be crypto-anarchist to like the innovation that bring Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin is all about ownership. How do you prove you own something? It's just a response to that question, technical response to that question. And yeah, when you see the motivation of Satoshi, you will maybe end up become crypto-anarchist, but it should not be in the focus of the people that use Bitcoin. I think yeah, it's two different things. And I understand people that are suspicious about that. I mean, for me, the word anarchist is a very in the popular mind, it's a bad thing, and in the popular mind, the goal of government is to prevent that we go into anarchy. But so it's normal for people to be a little bit scared when they heard that anarchists like Bitcoin. But I mean, it should not be their focus. Maybe we can't prevent anarchists to yell on the world saying that Bitcoin is the best. But it's, yeah, you're right in the fact that some people don't come in Bitcoin because they don't like the association of the two. You're right. Yeah. For the worst, I'm not very sure that like a lot of the community say for terrorists, cash is more anonymous than Bitcoin. So yeah, if you want to hide your transactions in the Bitcoin network, it is still possible, but it's not easy. So if the most of the world adopt it, nobody will do it. Terrorists will try to hide their track, to be sure, but it's not as easy as a fiat currency. So I don't think it's a real concern here that we will not outlaw cash because some terrorists are using it. We will not outlaw computers because terrorists are using it. So it has nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's here, everybody will use it as they fit. Best outcome, I think that since money will become democratized, I think that in the future, if all works fine and that micropayments develop well on top of Bitcoin, every person will become a merchant. So take for example another aspect of Bitcoin that we didn't mention was the micropayment system. So with this kind of micropayment system, everybody can lease to someone else they don't know some part of, for example, some part of their storage. We have, for example, a MaidSafe that want to do that, or Storgy that want to do that, or for example, like we were talking, renting your 4G connection to someone else that will gladly pay to connect to it. And so, if we take this example to the extreme, I think that most of people will become merchants. All person will start to trade with each other, and as a free market believer, I think it will increase the well-being of the society.